Yo, what's going on, dudes? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys, and in today's video, I have another banger plan for you guys because we're going to be checking out another new tower in Bloons TD 6. And the tower that we're going to be checking out today is going to be the necromancer monkey. So this tower, it has the full 3-pathway tier 5 upgrades, as well as it also has a Paragon. So I thought this tower would be pretty interesting. On top of that, all of the tier 5 upgrades cost a lot of money. So this tower should be pretty strong. So I don't know if it's OP yet or not, because I haven't actually checked this out in game. So I'm really interested to see what this tower is going to do. All right, so the map that we're going to be playing on today is going to be a BT3 map 3 made by Astro. So the reason why I want to choose this map is because this map has a lot more rooms for farms. And we're going to need a lot of money in order to use the necromancer tower. So the necromancer tower is going to cost $2,500 in order to buy. So it's going to be a couple of rounds before we can actually afford it. So let's go ahead. We'll start off with our Sada. We'll place our Sada right here. And then the first thing we need to do is we need to try and buy a lot of farms. So this time, one other thing I'm going to be doing a little bit differently is I'm going to take advantage of the unlimited heroes mod. And I'm going to be buying myself a couple of Benjamins to make a little bit of extra money. Now, of course, as always, if I do end up doing this, our Sada is going to level up really slow unless we invest money into our tower. So this is kind of a double-edged sword. Yes, we'll be able to make more money, but our Sada as well as our Benjamins are going to level up much slower. But I think in the long run, it should be worth it, hopefully. If for nothing else, I can always grab myself like a couple more Sadas as well until we can afford to buy the necromancer. All right, so I ended up buying myself 4 Benjamins, so this should be able to give us a pretty big buff to our money. And then, like I was saying, I am a little bit worried that one Sada isn't going to be enough, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves a second one. And then let's start going for a bunch of banana farms. All right, so we have a decent amount of farms set up right now. I'm going to grab myself one more really quick. And then let's go ahead and grab ourselves our first necromancer. So I'm not exactly sure how strong the necromancer is going to be. So I'll probably end up like putting it right here. Well, it looks like we can't put it right there, so we'll have to put it like over here. And there we go. So we have our first necromancer. So the tier 1 actually doesn't seem too bad. So far it looks like it doesn't pop, or it doesn't have a lot of pierce though. So it almost looks like it's a single target tower. So that's something that we need to keep in mind when we're using this tower. So let me go ahead and grab myself a couple more farms now that we have our first necromancer. And to be honest, we'll probably end up grabbing ourselves like maybe like a tier 3 or a tier 4 of the necromancer if we can afford to, or if we can afford it, of course. So let's take a look at the upgrades really quick. So deadly blast, a necrotic shot pops an additional 2 layers. Miasma poison balloons on hit, dealing heavy damage over time. That actually doesn't sound too bad. And then necro reach, increased attack range. I kind of like a deadly blast and miasma. So let's buy a deadly blast, and then we'll buy miasma as well. So this should give us quite a bit more damage, right? And now the next thing I want to do, let's go ahead and start grabbing ourselves a couple of BRFs. So the miasma is working out pretty well for us so far, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take down the Moab balloon on round 40. So after we grab another BRF, let's go ahead, let's check out Ethereal. So the necromancer can pop all balloon types. This is actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab Ethereal, and then dual casting attacks an additional random target. That's actually pretty dope. So that's going to increase its popping power by a lot. Yeah, dude, that's so worth it. And I really like the art style on the necromancer monkey as well. All right, so then let's take a look at the other 2 upgrades. So past Ethereal, we have Erase Undead and summons a ghost of 3 of Quincy's ancestors to torment balloons. Okay, dudes. So actually that Moab balloon was actually way easier than I thought it would be. So oh, dude, it gives the necromancer like a couple of like companions. That's actually so cool. So it looks like the companion spirits also attack with like a bow. It looks like they do kind of similar damage to Quincy, right? So it's like, or not only do we have a tower back here, but we also have a 3 additional towers as well. That's actually pretty overpowered. So like I was saying, we are gonna need a lot of money for this tower. So I would like to upgrade it to like the tier 5, but we need more money first. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a couple more farms, or let's just grab ourselves a monkey oplets, and then we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a couple more farms. On top of that, I also want to go for a banana central too. So if you guys remember when we tested out the soldier monkey, like we were really struggling with cash, and I don't want that to happen again. So this time I'm not going to be messing around. I'm just going to be like farming like crazy. And then we'll like test out the necromancer balloon in like the higher tier rounds. And guys, like our necromancer's doing so much damage. We're on round 60 so far, and we still haven't had any balloons like give our necromancer a hard time at all. Like I already said it once, but the necromancer is actually pretty overpowered, guys. Like after looking at the like the soldier monkey and the teacher monkey, it's actually kind of cool that we have we're finally checking out an overpowered tower, right? All right, I think that should be enough farms for now. I think one thing we could do is we could take advantage of the ascended mod and like upgrade our banana central so it's making more money. On top of that, we also could take advantage of the Omega Crosspath mod as well. And you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's take advantage of the Omega Crosspath mod and give ourselves a couple more banana centrals. On top of that, I also want to grab the engineer monkey. And then with the engineer monkey, I also want to grab ultra boost, so that way we can go ahead and ultra boost the banana central as well. All right, around 73, I think that's gonna about do it for the farms because this one banana central is worth $1.2 million. So I think I should have somewhere in the ballpark of like 11 banana centrals inside this one. So now we shouldn't struggle with money at all. So now the next thing I want to check out is I want to check out the Empower Undead. So ghosts are stronger and summon 3 zombie sword fighters. The base attack deals more damage. So let's go ahead. Oh, dude, that's so cool. So it summons 3 zombie sawdust. The like walking around is a little bit weird, but that's still pretty cool, right? And honestly, it's way stronger than I initially thought it would be. Let me see. So siege from the underworld greatly increases the power of all undead, even from the other necromancers. Okay, so this is kind of like a support based upgrade, right? So let's go ahead and buy siege from the underworld as well. Oh, dude, if that gave us more zombies and more spirits too, that's actually pretty strong, dudes. Yeah, so the tier 5 top pathway is pretty busted. It's so busted that I think I want to fast forward a little bit. Let me go ahead. Wait, we need money. So, I'm gonna go ahead and like make it up until like round 100 or to the point where our tier 5 top pathway is starting to struggle. All right, so I kind of want to check out some of the other towers, but because the necromancer's range is so big, I'm gonna have to move the necromancer towards the back of the map. So let me go ahead and grab myself a heli pilot. That way I can move around some of my towers. All right, so let's move the necromancer way back here in the back of the map. That way we can grab the other upgrades to see how the other upgrades will do. So for the next necromancer, let's check out the middle pathway. So we have miasma, we have a dual casting. Now, which upgrade path do we want to go for? So we already went for the top pathway. Let's go ahead and check out Necro Reach and then Greater Power. So Necro Reach like increased the Necromancer's range, and then Necro Power, necrotic shocks can pop more balloons in larger radius. So let's try this. So right away, obviously a 022 isn't going to be that strong, but let's check out Lifesteal. So periodically steals the life of largest non-Moab balloons on screen. Executing them instantly. Gain 1 life per 2 layers out the balloons had. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So the only problem is how many lives are we gonna make? Like, is it actually gonna be worth it or not? I probably should have bought this one first. Oh, dude, that's actually giving us quite a few lives. Like, I think it gave us like 10 lives there, right? Let's check this out. So Fatal Fate periodically marks a Moab for death. The marked Moabs are executed for 500 damage if their health falls below 20% and consumes the mark. Ability Fatality increases execution up to 5 marked Moabs for 2,500 damage each. That sounds pretty complicated, but let's go ahead and grab it. Oh, dude, it changed to the Grim Reaper Farmer. That's so cool. It also gives us an ability as well. So the death mark, apparently it like marks balloons and it does damage whenever they like fall under like 20% health. So right away, the middle pathway doesn't seem as strong as the top pathway. So this one really isn't going to affect oh dude, that execution effect was so cool. So this one I think we can actually have always targeting the balloons, and it shouldn't like affect or it shouldn't affect it when we try to check out the bottom pathway. Now let's check out the last tier 5 for the middle pathway, and it's Death is Among Us. Marks balloons for death much faster, doubles the execution threshold for a mark of death, Moabs from 20 to 40% and damage to 5,000%. Fatality ability can affect unlimited Moabs for increased execution threshold, further to 60% for 20 seconds after activation. Yo, okay, so I kind of take it back. The middle pathway tier 5 actually seems pretty overpowered. And then let's check out the XD full execution. Dude, the middle pathway is actually so strong. And then check out that radius. Okay, so the middle pathway is actually pretty OP. All right, so now that we've checked out the middle pathway, let's go ahead and move the middle pathway back towards the back of the map. Let's put it in a place where it'll actually be able to help out our other necromancer. So let's put it right here. There we go. So it'll still be able to affect a lot of Moab balloons, but now it'll give us a chance to check out the bottom pathway, because we've checked out the top pathway as well as the middle pathway, but we haven't seen what the bottom pathway is all about yet. So for the bottom pathway, necrotic shock pops an additional layer 2 layers. So let's upgrade this one up to ethereal. And then let's check out necrotic reach and then greater power. And then next is going to be spiritual ritual. Communes with spirits to bring fortune, generates $500 every round, increasing by 10% for every necromancer with this upgrade, including this one up to 10. Oh dude, so it makes us money. I should have went with the bottom pathway first. And on top of that, apparently it stacks with every necromancer, or every bottom pathway necromancer that we have. So let's just go ahead and grab 10 of them. I wanted to upgrade to the tier 3, not the tier 4, because I don't know how strong the tier 4 is yet. All right, so we have all 10 of our spiritual rituals. Unfortunately, it doesn't like let us know how much money we're making though, which is a little bit lackluster. So let's check out Ritual Leader. Channels more power to necromancers. All necromancers gain 10% attack speed for every necromancer with this upgrade, including this one up to 10. Base attacks gains global range, improved all round. Okay, so apparently the Ritual Leader is gonna buff all necromancers, and it also stacks. Okay, that's actually really cool. Look at how fast they're attacking. This is almost like a druid on steroids. Do the other necromancer... Okay, so the necromancers have to be in range of the necromancers in order to get that 10 times buff. That's actually so strong. It's actually so strong that it's like lagging my game. The last necromancer for the bottom pathway is Ultimate Sacrifice. Ability Ultimate Sacrifice. Darkness stuns all balloons. This channels half of your lives into a barrage of necrotic energy, vaporizing balloons to ashes. More lives equals more power. Maximum 500 lives. Activates automatically if the balloons are about to leak off a cooldown. Triples cash and fortune rituals, and all necromancers gain +3 damage. Okay. Dude, that just sounds overpowered. Now, of course, we have to check out the bringer, or the death bringer, which is going to cost us $1.5 million. But before we do that, let's go ahead and buy the other 10 necromancers, because we want to make sure that we get a high Paragon degree on this necromancer, right? Or on the death bringer, right? All right, so we have another 10 necromancers, so we should have the 100 tiers for upgrades. Now, the question is, where do we want to put our actual necromancer? I kind of want to like put it right here, so it almost has like global range. So we'll go ahead and move this necromancer right here, and then let's go ahead and upgrade it up to the Deathbringer. So the Deathbringer, scientists claim a rubber takes 450 years to degrade. This monkey disagrees. He thinks it's more like 0.001 seconds. Okay, so this Paragon should be pretty overpowered. So there we go, dudes. It's the Deathbringer. And guys, Like, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks like we have global range. On top of that, we also it also looks like we have a familiar as well. So unfortunately, the Paragon degree is only Paragon degree 77, probably because we didn't get the 16.2 million pops. But that's perfectly fine, because even though the Deathbringer is only Paragon degree 77, it still seems pretty overpowered, right? All right, so it looks like this Paragon is going to be able to last for quite some time. So let's go ahead and boost all the way up to round 150. To round 150, the Deathbringer is still dealing with all the balloons. Let's go ahead and fast forward up to round 200. See if it can still instantly pop the balloons. Okay, so the bad balloons, I think the reinforced bad balloons are like just appearing on screen. Let's go ahead and sell everything though, because right now we really don't need it, right? Or we don't need any more cash because we have like 23 million. We can also sell our Benjamin, and there we go. All right, so now the only tower that we have on screen is the Deathbringer. And what's this like little like track here? Oh dude, that was probably from the actual pathway itself. For a second there, I thought that the Deathbringer dropped like a special area. All right, so round 205 is still not giving us any troubles. Let's go ahead and fast forward up to round 300. Okay, so now on round 300, the Deathbringer is finally starting to struggle. And it's also causing a lot of lag. Okay, so the amount of lag with this tower is actually ridiculous. I think this tower actually lags way more than the Ninja Monkey Paragon that we checked out like a long time ago. Like, it's cool and I like all of the effects, but it's just so laggy. I wonder if I turned off the effects, if we could like cut down on the lag. Okay, it looks like it cut down on the lag quite a bit, but there's still a little bit of lag and it didn't get rid of all of the effects. Oh yeah, that's much better. Let's go ahead, we'll fast forward up to round 500 now. I think round 500 should be this tower's limit. Round 500 may be a little bit too far though. But then again, I think it should have an ability as well that would, oh dude, I think I know what's causing it to lag. All of the Moab balloons are catching fire, and when the Moab balloons pop, it actually leaves fire on the ground, which is causing all of that lag. That's why it's lagging so much. Okay, so that's why we're having issues with the lag. It's a little bit upsetting that it lags so much because this tower would be so cool to try to go to super late game with. But so far, it's not as strong as I initially thought it would be. Round 500 is definitely going to be its limit, right? And to be honest, I think I pushed it a little bit too far. I don't think this tower could actually make it to round 500. But because it's lagging so bad, I just didn't like feel like sitting here for like an hour, like just trying to like check out the higher tiered rounds. So like I was saying, it looks like, or if I had to guess, I would have to say that maybe this tower's like limit would be somewhere in the ballpark of like round 410, maybe round 420, simply because of how much damage it's still doing to these round 500 reinforced bads. Like, the only reason I'm still going is because I'm kind of curious what's going to happen when we leak a balloon, because I believe the bottom pathway tier 5 had an ability where it would like destroy all of the balloons on the screen if we did end up leaking a balloon, and that didn't happen. I don't know if it's because of the lag, but yeah, I have a feeling that the limit for this tower by itself would be somewhere in the ballpark of like round 400 to round 420. But all right, dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. It was really refreshing checking out a really overpowered tower. But then again, even though I say it's overpowered, I don't feel like it's overpowered to the point where it would be game breaking. Simply for the fact that like the necromancer monkey is actually pretty pricey. Like, all of the tier 5s cost over 100,000. This tier 5 costs 680,000. This one is, the Fatal Fate isn't as expensive as I thought it was. Only the Death is Among Us is expensive. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe I want to take that back a little bit. I feel like the tier 4s are a little bit overpowered because the ritual leader especially is a really overpowered like buff. And then Fatal Fate, I don't feel like it's as overpowered as the ritual leader or the empower undead, but it's still pretty strong with the Mark Moabs. But all right, dudes, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well, because I do upload daily BT6 content. But anyways, dudes, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.